Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The text came in at 9:47 p.m. Don't call me. I need space. No explanation. No heart emoji. Just that clean cold final. I stared at the screen while the kettle screamed itself dry in the kitchen. Her coffee mug was still on the counter. Lipstick smudged on the rim from that morning. She'd kissed my cheek, said she might be late. I replied okay because that's what husbands do when they don't want to sound needy. But don't call me wasn't space. It was a wall. I typed back before I could talk myself out of it. Then don't come home. I didn't feel powerful when I sent it. I felt hollow. Like I just cut something loose and wasn't sure what would bleed. 3 minutes passed. Then my phone lit up. Her name. Calling. I didn't answer. The second call came 30 seconds later. Then another. By the sixth missed call, my hands were shaking. The kettle had gone silent. The house felt too big. Every room echoing with things we hadn't said. We'd been married 7 years. Not perfect years, no marriages, but solid. Routine. Safe. I believed in us the way you believe in gravity. You don't check if it's still there every day. But that night rewrote everything. The signs had been there. I just filed them under stress and work, and I'm probably overthinking. She'd started guarding her phone like it was a diary. Turning the screen away. Smiling at messages she didn't share. Wearing perfume to run errands. Coming home energized, then distant in bed. Like her body was present but her mind had already left. I told myself love meant trust. What I really meant was fear of what I'd find if I looked closer. After the 10th call, she left a voicemail. Her voice sounded breathless. Please answer. I didn't mean it like that. I just please. I didn't call back. Instead, I sat on the edge of our bed and remembered the night we bought this house. How we'd slept on the floor, laughed about the echo, planned kids we never had. Every memory suddenly felt like a fragile object I'd dropped, waiting to hear if it shattered. At 11:12 p.m., a text came through from an unknown number. She's with me. She's safe. Give her the night. That was the moment my chest cracked open. I replied with shaking thumbs. Who is this? 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Then a photo. It was her coat. The one I bought her last winter. Draped over a chair I didn't recognize. In the background, a man's hand. Familiar in the worst way. I'd met him once. A coworker. Too friendly. Too confident. The calls stopped after that. I didn't sleep. I paced. I replayed conversations, arguments that now felt rehearsed. Times she accused me of being distant when she was the one pulling away. I realized how often she turned guilt into offense. How often I'd apologize just to keep peace. She came home at dawn. Her eyes were red, makeup smeared, confidence gone. She stood in the doorway like a stranger, unsure if she was welcome. I told you not to call, she said softly, like that explained everything. And I told you not to come home, I replied. She cried. Real tears. She said it wasn't planned. That she felt invisible. That he listened. That it didn't mean she didn't love me. I asked one question. If I'd called, would you have answered? Silence. That was the confession. We talked for hours. Not yelling. Just exhaustion. She admitted it had been going on for months, messages, lunches, then nights like this one. She said she didn't know how to stop without blowing everything up. I realized she already had. When she finally fell asleep on the couch, I sat alone in the kitchen, watching sunlight crawl across the floor. I didn't feel rage anymore. Just clarity. Love without respect isn't love. It's habit. I asked her to leave that afternoon. Not forever, at least not yet, but enough to breathe, to remember who I was before I learned to ignore my own instincts. The calls still come sometimes. Apologies. Memories. Promises. I don't answer all of them. Because the night she told me not to call, I learned something painful and necessary. When someone asks for space from accountability, they're already gone. And letting go quietly, painfully, was the first honest thing I'd done for myself in a long time.